Welcome to the Grey Zone with Ali Manzoor, a show where we challenge assumptions, stereotypes, viewpoints on various complex issues, and hopefully foster critical thinking. Today's show is about cybercrime, cyberbullying, and cyber harassments, and what we need to do as parents to protect our children and our loved one around us. So let's jump into the show. First of all, what is a cybercrime? Cybercrime is any crime that involves using some sort of technology. It could be computers, it could be a handheld device, it could be tablets, it could be routers, it could be a network, and that device may have been used in the commission of a crime. That device may be either the target of a crime or may have been an accomplice, or what we call an accomplice in a crime. Usually, cyber criminals use technology to access personal information, business, trade secrets, or use the internet for other exploitative or malicious purposes. So, what are the various kinds of cyber crimes? There's cybercrime, which is identity theft, hacking, fraud. There's cyber blackmail, which could be exploiting someone's sensitive information. There's cyber harassment, which is persistent online threats. And there is cyberbullying, which is hurtful messages and impersonation. So let's get into it. Rule number one, always encourage your child to speak up. Speak to a teacher, speak to an elder, speak to a friend. Only when you talk about it can you do something about it. And always remember that a mistake can never be fixed by silence. Alright, here's a website of interest for all parents. It's called internetmatters.org. This website has almost all the apps that are being used these days and what are the various parental control options that we have. Another very important app is Google Family Link, which gives you basically controlled access over what your children's online activities are, how long are they spending on the screen, what websites they're visiting, and what sort of games or apps are they installing. Let's talk about some basic ground rules that every household should have. First of all, talk to your children openly about their online activity. Keep their screens in places where they are visible. Check their browser history regularly. Know your children's online friends and offline friends and whom their parents are. Be share aware to protect your privacy, which means the children should also know what they're sharing and how their privacy could be vulnerable. Keep a track of your family's digital footprint. Remember, when something goes on the internet, it is going to be there whether it is deleted or not. Keep a track of their online time. One formula is have daily limits of, you can only have 1 hour of screen time or 1.5 hours of screen time or 2 hours of screen time. You need to decide that. Most important, have a family secret password. Remember, we're living in AI times right now. There are a lot of fake calls. In Pakistan especially, there's that famous Sadar Thana call where people get a call from a police station claiming that they have your child and you need to transfer money. A lot of people ask me what's the solution around this, and I've said you should have a family safe password, a password that you or your family should know, so that in case this call is come, and in the event if it's a genuine call from the hospital, from an accident site, from a police station or anywhere else, all you need to do is ask the caller, please tell my child to give my password. Now, if the caller is genuine, there will be a password shared, which means you know that this is a genuine problem. And if there's no password, you know that it's a fake AI impersonator's call. Always have two-factor authentication on your devices so that even if it's hacked, there's a second layer of security that is there to protect you. And always report and block suspicious accounts that you feel your child or people around you are interacting with. Alright, we need to understand that sometimes our love can also become the cause of cyber blackmail and cyber harassment for a child. Let's say some child has inadvertently been a victim of cybercrime, cyber blackmail, or done some activity, and now just so that their parents don't find out, they end up getting more and more blackmailed. So remember, we as parents sometimes need to know that our love can sometimes harm our children, and our children need to know that no matter what, they can always come to you. Which leads me to the second part of this, which is some very difficult conversations that you need to have with your children. First of all, trust is never validated by sharing something compromised. Predators usually first gain trust and then they exploit that trust. So tell your children that no matter how much you trust somebody, do not share anything compromising with them. The second thing that predators do is after they gain their trust, they try to become an emotional pillar to you. They make you emotionally dependent on them. And through that emotional dependency, they try to gain power over the child's mind and body. And you need to tell them that their minds and their bodies, children's minds and their bodies are sacred places, which means nobody has control or nobody should have power over them. Another thing, no matter how much someone promises that they're going to just see it once and delete it, don't believe them. 99% of the cases, that does not happen. Whenever you're selling your phone, always master delete. Never share your phone or password with anyone. So there's this new social media trend these days where people are sharing their pictures online platforms, checking in live, or that lunch, or at that get together, or that meetup. Remember, try not to share these things live. Post it after the event has happened, because there could be a potential predator whom you yourself giving your location to, or where you're sitting, who you're with, what you're doing. And these are very valuable pieces of information that shouldn't be put on live out there. Remember, we need to talk about digital footprint, because once something is on the internet, it rarely goes away and there is some footprint of it left somewhere. AI is often used to make fakes, and what happens is sometimes children either end up getting blackmailed by those fakes or end up sharing it. And you should talk to your children that no matter what, don't share fakes, don't spread fakes, and don't let anyone blackmail you with an AI generated fake. Online gaming chats. This is the place where now there are voice options, and there could be potential predators on these online gaming chats with all sorts of motives. But most importantly, let your children know that no matter what, they can come to you. All right, so a very important question that comes up here is, what if my child is involved in a cybercrime? Rule number one, stay calm. Avoid being confrontational or accusing, as this may further escalate and entangle the situation. Disconnect the child and that device from the internet. Gather information. Try to understand what is the nature of the cybercrime and what is your child's involvement and what are the potential consequences. Was it hacking? Was it cyberbullying? Was it online harassment? Was it identity theft? Or was it some other kind of crime? Seek professional help. You could talk to a lawyer, you could talk to any friend or someone you have in law enforcement, you can talk to someone in IT, and try to settle the matter through mediation. Mediation means out of court. Because if this matter goes into court, or if it goes into what is called an FIR locally, your child could have a criminal record. And that criminal record is something that could haunt your child in days and years to come, possibly for the rest of their lives. And you don't want that for your child. Another thing is, what you probably need to do and consider is speak to a counselor and maybe understand what is the underlying cause of this behavior by your child. And maybe there is a bigger problem at stake here which needs to be looked at and possibly addressed. Another question, what if my child's best friend is a bully? Talk to your child. Again, be non-judgmental. Gather information like what was the bullying about? Which website was it? Are there any witnesses? Was it done at a particular location? Were there any screenshots of it? Try meeting the friend's parents and approach the conversation again in a non-confrontational, non-accusationary manner. Work together to find a solution. Collaborate with the friend's parents to develop a plan to address the bullying behavior, whether it is counseling, behavior modification, or any other intervention. If necessary, probably even involve the school authorities. So these days, there's a lot of games and online gaming that have voice chats, and these have severe vulnerabilities that I wanted to talk about. First of all, they can expose your kid to non-age appropriate games that encourage violence. There's stranger danger, which means your child could be interacting with someone who could be an online predator. There could be cyberbullying, there could be harassment, there could be hate speech. Your child could be exposed to inappropriate content, which is mature themes, profanity, hate speech. Another vulnerability of these online games is personal information disclosure. Children, without not realizing it, can end up disclosing a lot of personal information. For example, about their parents, about their siblings, about their school, about where they live, about their daily activities, maybe even the profession of their parents. And sometimes they might end up sharing credit card or personal information of parents as well. So it's imperative that you make your kids aware of the dangers that exist on these online games. All right, so another very important question is, what do schools need to do? First of all, establish cyber safety policies, meaning there have to be policies that apply to you being a student of the school, whether it is on the school premises or any behavior that you do online, which could in any way implicate you. And in case you're bullying someone, whether it is a student of the school or a student of another school, there are going to be cyber policies and possible suspensions that could come to you. Conduct cyber safety workshops, Implement a reporting mechanism, whether it is through a class teacher, through a counselor, or anonymous. Another very important thing is create digital safety programs which teaches children to use technology safely, responsibly, and respectfully. Monitor online behavior and devices, and most importantly, restrict social media and screen time exposure during school hours. Remember, there are many countries in the world now that are discouraging screen time exposure and screen time usage. Alright, in conclusion, cyber safety, cyber security is only possible with a collaborative approach between parents, between schools, and between law enforcement. And when all three stakeholders work together, they need to educate, we need to monitor, and we need to ensure digital safety. Because remember, cyber awareness these days is not an option, it is essential. So that was it for the Grey Zone with Ali Manzoor this week. Until next week, stay curious, stay critical, and keep asking questions. Because between the black and the white lies the grey.